We start today in Puerto Rico, where for 3 nights in a row, jazz lovers will have the chance to enjoy the best jazz artists, both local and international. That's at the Jazz Fest event 2022 edition. Now, the event is open to the public and for people of all ages, and officials promise to highlight the Puerto Rican musicians that stand out around the world. Our Francis Felix reports.
The union of the best and most outstanding jazz exponents will be celebrated in Puerto Rico in the MasterCard Jazz Fest event of 2022 this next weekend. The jazz lovers will have the opportunity to enjoy this long-awaited event.
Festival will start on Friday, May 27th, at the Coca-Cola Music Hall, and we will start with Charlie Sepulveda and the Turnaround. He will have a special guest such as Randy Brecker, Steve Turre, Miguel Zenón, and Nestor Torres, and Natalia Mercado. After that show, we will bring the contemporary jazz band called Spyro Gyra. Spyro has been in Puerto Rico several years. It always generates the energy and the special vibes. With a band from contemporary jazz that produces, they have a special connection with Puerto Rico. We start on Saturday with Michel Camilo, his trio, and a big band with 5 trumpets, 5 saxophones, and 4 trombones. These guys have been practicing here for hours. Michel's music is very complex, and it's going to be a blast. After that, we go with David Sanchez, Carib, that we're dedicating the festival to Carib, and he has put a lot of hours rehearsing with a lot of friends. That's going to be a very particular show. On Sunday, we start at 6:30 with Aimee Viola, a ball of fire, full of energy, and then very dramatic personality and a great singer. And then we close with the worldwide premiere of Reunión, which is the presentation of Paquito de Rivera and Chucho Valdés, longtime friends who have never been able to play in the same band, and they just decided to do that. They will be starting here, and it all will happen on May 29th at the Coca-Cola Music Hall on the MasterCard Jazz Fest presented by Heineken.
Where people can get the tickets?
Very, very easy. You go to tiquetera.com, you can see the floor plan, you can see what's available, the several prices. You can buy tickets for the whole weekend, for the 3 shows, and if you buy ticket with a MasterCard, you get a 5% discount. If you buy the Jazz Pass for the entire weekend, you get a 10% discount with MasterCard. That's what it's called, the MasterCard Jazz Fest.
This edition will be dedicated to the renowned saxophonist David Sanchez, who has won Latin and Emmy Awards. From Hotel San Juan, Puerto Rico, Francis Felix.
All right, thanks so much, Francis. In the meantime, it's safe to say that $10 million is a lot of money. And in the Bahamas, that's just how much is unaccounted for. Our One Caribbean News' Deandra Hamilton explains.
$10 million of the Bahamian people's money has vanished. This from Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Philip Davis.
I'm just saying, $10 million of the Bahamian people's money is simply from the auditor is unaccounted for.
Davis was speaking during a communication in the House of Assembly when he tabled an audit report into the operations of the National Food Distribution Task Force and the National Food Distribution Program, which were activated at the height of the COVID-19 outbreak by the previous government.
In the case of the food program, some documents have been proffered up, but they don't answer the Bahamian people's question.
Prime Minister Davis further noted that the general findings of the audit report identified 18 categories of major deficiencies.
In the general findings of the audit report, 18 categories of major deficiencies were noted. These range from a widespread lack of record keeping and widespread inconsistencies relating to the sums of money handled, to a complete absence of minutes being kept of meetings, agreements, and actions. In other words, although tens of billions of Bahamian people's dollars were being spent, not even the most basic safeguards were in place.
The Prime Minister called out the previous government on their lack of transparency, adding that, and I quote, "A government that speechified about transparency at great length and at every opportunity did not conduct even the most basic oversight of a major initiative," end of quote. Prime Minister Davis urged those with knowledge of the underlying facts to come forward and noted that those who had failed to provide answers and evidence still have an opportunity and an obligation to do so. For now, the Prime Minister encouraged the Bahamian people to read the audit report for themselves.
And that was Deandra Hamilton reporting there. Well, meantime, millions of Americans are hitting the road for Memorial Day weekend. And these trips are going to be a bit more expensive than usual. According to AAA, the cost of items like gas, food, hotels, airfare, they are all going up. Pete Moutine reports.
Single dad Eric Stevens says he makes $110,000 a year, but even that is not enough to afford a trip to the lake. Here in Los Angeles, $6 a gallon gas has kept his plans in park.
Maybe for the affluent, they can afford it. But for me to go anywhere is minimum a $200 decision in regards to gas, and you haven't fed your kids or done anything else.
Gas Buddy says holiday weekend gas prices are the highest they have been since 2012, but the pain goes beyond the pump. New data says hotels have jumped 42% compared to last year. Airfare is up 6%.
This will likely be one of the most expensive Memorial Day travel periods we've ever seen.
Even still, AAA thinks Americans will not be stopped traveling to top destinations such as Orlando, Seattle, Miami, and Las Vegas. The latest projection, 34.9 million people will drive 50 miles or more over the 5 days around Memorial Day.
Do you think that the numbers will be all that far off from the projection?
You know, our projections have always been pretty accurate, but we've never been trying to project in an environment like this.
The new fear is this expensive start to summer travel could last. Gas Buddy's Patrick DeHaan thinks the average price of gas will not dip below $4.50 for months.
I don't really think the higher price of fuel is going to slow down many. It may slow down some, but certainly there's still a very healthy appetite to hit the road this summer.
You ready for school, baby girl?
Not so for Eric Stevens, who says he's choosing to pay for his daughter's daycare over a road trip.
Fun has been postponed for the indefinite future, especially the way things are going. While I'd like to say or hope there's an end in sight, I just don't see one.
Now, the national average for a gallon of gas as of Friday morning was nearly $4.60. Now, that's according to AAA. And it was $3.04 on this day last year.